common theme that you'll hear from us when we're talking about SupportLogic is that it's so critical to make sure that you're leveraging filters appropriately to see the cases that are relevant to you. And this is where the power of virtual teams come into play, right? One of the things you're going to want to do is, if you're a manager, you're going to want to create a virtual team that includes just the relevant team members, just the agents perhaps that report up to you. And ideally, you and the rest of the managers are creating these teams as public. And the reason you'd want to do that is because that way all of you could leverage each other's teams in filters. And the reason that's necessary, once again, is that maybe you're covering for another one of the managers on a given day, right? Maybe next week, Jennifer is on vacation. So you're going to keep an eye on her cases for her, right? Virtual teams are critical for looking at cases in a targeted way so that you're not overwhelmed by all of the cases that are shown in SupportLogic. So another benefit there, right, is if each manager is creating their own virtual teams, a director, for example, could then create a virtual org, which is a combination of virtual teams, right? And then that, say, director or senior leadership individual can look at all of the cases associated with everyone because they're looking for a more strategic view, for example. So super critical. And then once you've created these virtual teams, you can go to, like I said, to any other place within the platform and incorporate them into the filters that you create. And that's very much where the power of virtual teams comes in. Now, we also asked about virtual accounts, right? Virtual accounts are similar to virtual teams, but they're specific to creating cohorts of customers, right? Why would you want to create a cohort of customers? Maybe you're a technical account manager who's responsible just for 10 accounts. Maybe you're a CSM who has a book of business, right? Maybe you're an account manager who's also keeping an eye on a select cohort of customers that you're scouting for opportunities on, right? You can create virtual accounts in the same way as you did virtual teams. Just open them up, create a global account, give it a name, and select the individual customers that you want to add to it. And then you can leverage those in filters throughout the platform. This ensures that you're always looking at the cases that you want to, that are critical to you, that are important to you. And it keeps the platform, once again, and the views from becoming overwhelming because there's so much information being provided.